Hi everyone, welcome to Live Healthy Now. Today I'm really thrilled because we have two local celebrities here in the Okanagan Valley. We've got Shawn and Dan Moskaluk, and they are featured in a fabulous new healthy lifestyle movie, Eating Your Life, because of their tremendously fabulous story. Let's roll on over to the two of them. Hi guys.
Hi, Deb.
Not 2 years ago, 2010.
2010.
Started you off on a very interesting journey.
In 2010, my son wanted to start weightlifting, and he wanted to take protein powders.
How old was he?
He was probably about 16.
Okay.
And so I started investigating those before I purchased them for him. And that kind of led me down the rabbit hole to my first video that I watched regarding protein and dairy was Dr. John McDougall.
Oh, he's fabulous.
And yeah, and that was a real eye-opener. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. So he led me to actually T. Colin Campbell, and I read the China study, and I just started reading more and more of that gang of physicians. And it became abundantly clear that I could no longer feed myself and my family in the manner that I had.
Oh, wow.
So I started leaning towards a vegan diet, and it was definitely vegan at that time. And then, so that was fall of 2010, April 1st, April Fool's Day.
April Fools, yeah.
I committed fully to a vegan diet. I cleaned out my entire kitchen.
Wow.
Everything animal-based was gone, and I started cooking that way at home. And at home, that's all we ate. What they ate out and about, I couldn't control.
Right,
but as I started to make the food better and tastier, they started to come around as well. And so that was how we journeyed along. And then from that time, I went on to lose 133 pounds.
Amazing.
So I was nearly 300 pounds, and in about 2 years' time, I lost that weight. So when I changed to this lifestyle, it just melted away, and it was the easiest, most natural thing that I'd ever done. It was almost, I was in disbelief. And I never thought I would lose. I thought, maybe if I lose 20, and then I lost 20, and maybe 40, and never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would be able to get back to this weight, to be able to wear my wedding dress again, things like that.
Beautiful. So it really started off for your son.
Yes.
It wasn't even you trying to lose weight in the beginning.
No, it was just transitioning our diet because it was healthier.
Amazing.
And then, naturally the weight came off, and I was so pleased that I had that all in place, because it led to what happened in November of 2013.
Exactly, which was?
Yeah, see, it's interesting too. While I was on board with it, eating that way in the home, I was about 95% whole food plant-based, sticking to it to that degree. But outside the home, I was eating still a little bit of animal protein.
Okay.
But I certainly saw the health benefits myself for those 2 years. I lost weight, felt better, slept better, allergies were lessened, sinus issues diminished, and so on and so forth.
Incredible.
So we were feeling really good about ourselves. And then 1 week in November, I started having abdominal pains. And we do have a history of kidney stones in our family and other digestive tract issues, which again are diet borne. So I went to the hospital that one weekend thinking that I was going to get examined and told that I had kidney stones.
Right.
We went to the emergency ward in Penticton that Saturday evening, had a scan done, and we met with the physician after the scan, and within 2 sentences he uttered the sentences that, "No, it's not a kidney stone, Dan, it's your right kidney is one massive tumor, it's stage 4 cancer." And I had a severe side effect from the drugs that was near fatal. It essentially, the immune therapy drugs bump up your immune system to help it combat and identify the cancer, but it can also become so powerful that it can turn on itself. And that's what it did. So I was dismissed from the study, considering that it nearly killed me. And essentially, again, in a nutshell, I haven't had any medical intervention treatment since May of 2014, where it was stated and felt that in order to control the cancer in any degree, I would have to be on that medication for the rest of my life.
That's incredible. So then, what happens next?
Well, what happened at that point in time, they were already looking and they were already using the term remission quite early into my diagnosis.
Lovely.
And again, much to their amazement, and they were calling me Superman for the longest time. And then by the spring of 2015, they were looking at the remaining lymph nodes had reduced to from 3 lymph nodes being affected down to 1 lymph node, to then full remission, and to the point of that fall that my cancer was no longer detectable via radiography. So I was cancer free.
And were you on meds, drugs
No.
at that time?
No.
And this was all happening without any of
Medical intervention.
Just good
Good
food,
nutrition.
good nutrition.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it a
a
lot.
whole food,
That's
plant-based diet,
amazing.
lifestyle. Yeah, we followed a program of nutritional excellence. That's what we called it. And you know, they had said it was naive to assume that this would not spread.
They will say
And
that.
you know, they gave you
Months
months
to 2 years.
So a whole food plant-based lifestyle, we really, all of our food as minimally processed as possible, as close to what nature grew it in that form.
Beautiful.
So
Whole food, plant-based.
Exactly.
yeah,
And that's
follow
what's gonna
that
heal
and-
you.
Yeah, exactly. You stick to
Yes.
that criteria and you just can't go wrong. So we eat lots of vegetables, lots of fruit, lots of beans
Legumes,
and
beans.
rice and beans and grains and you know, and there are so many amazing recipes, and this lifestyle just really seems to be growing, and
It
there are just
is.
more and more options, more and more recipes. It's endless. Absolutely endless. But we are so honored to be included in this film because it is such a platform to really educate people about this lifestyle and the benefits.
You can see what the person is eating by looking at the plaque in their arteries.
So many of my family members ended up dying of heart disease and cancer.
We cut people open, we bypass their clogged arteries, you tell them they were cured, and more often than not, they would go home and do all the things that had caused the problem in the first place.
We had the cure, we've had it for decades, yet hundreds of thousands of people continue to die from this preventable, treatable, reversible disease.
So how did you guys get into this movie?
Essentially, last February, I was having a cup of coffee one Sunday morning and browsing through Facebook. I'd been following their webpage and as well on their Facebook page. Kept seeing the trailers for the film, and coming soon 2016, and also noted on the website that it indicated that share your story. So I direct messaged them. The first question was, when is the movie coming? We're so excited to see this newest film, and that we were strong advocates for the lifestyle, and briefly I explained what we had gone through. Within minutes of hitting send, I got an instant reply from Marilee Jacobs, the producer. She asked if she could call me. We had a phone conversation that Sunday morning while Shawn was busy on the other side of the house asking me who I was on the phone with. He said, I'm on the phone with the producers of Eating You Alive.
Oh my stars.
Oh, I said, what? So we spoke at length. She said, the two of you certainly have an amazing story between the two of you with her weight loss and your cancer incident. And that I uploaded some videos for them. And by that Wednesday, they called back. They said, we'd like to reopen production as we had completed things.
My goodness.
And they asked if they could fly us down there. And I asked, well, fly us down where? They said, well, we want to fly you down to Atlanta this weekend. So just over a year ago this month, we were in Atlanta, Georgia filming with the crew of Eating You Alive. And it was an amazing experience to share our story. And then
you were at the
Yes, the
premiere
premiere.
Yes,
down
we went
in
to the premiere in LA.
in LA.
At that time, they were hoping to be nominated for the Oscars. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But hey, we got to go to a week-long premiere in LA.
Exactly.
That was amazing. We've put on a tour through BC and Alberta with the show. We've
Screening.
we did a screening in our own hometown of Penticton that was so well received. Our community came out in full force, and it was so touching.
Oh, that's just
And
beautiful.
we've done a filming here in Kelowna as well, or a screening, and so we hope to continue helping to promote this movie and spread the message.
And the lifestyle.
And the lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Just
And looking at the
everyone
two of you,
know.
just so radiant with health, I mean, you
Thank
have to
you.
share this.
Yeah, we do. we can't stop talking about this lifestyle. I want
glad.
everybody to be whole food, plant-based, and
That is
I will
perfect.
do my level best to
There's
convince
so much.
you.
There's so much interest in this now. A lot of people are looking at what can they do and what is the healthiest options. There's a lot of confusion out there with respect to nutrition.
Yes.
Some of it born out of profiteering, but when we look at it, the most amazing thing we feel too with providing this information, we're not selling anything.
Yeah.
We're just giving advice and recommendations as to eat your fruit and vegetables,
Yeah.
drink lots of water,
Yes.
you'll be healthier for it. Drink and eat or eat these types of foods and don't eat those types of foods.
Exactly.
Whole
Yeah.
food, plant-based. We're certainly entrenched in our community here in the Okanagan, in the province. We have our social media platforms where people can get more information at Indian Rock Vegans on Instagram for the food eye candy and on our open group Facebook page at Indian Rock Vegans.
Well, Dan and Shawn, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
It's been such a pleasure. We're going into the kitchen, Shawn
We
and I, to
are.
whip up some really yummy stuff.
Absolutely.
And I hope everyone gets to hear this fabulous message.
Well, thank you so much for having us, and it's just our pleasure to spread this message of lifestyle.
Awesome.